Thank you. How's your week?
Not great. I'm just recovering from a tummy bug, actually. So this is my sort of first day upright. I'm here. I'm happening.
Bless you. Okay.
Yeah, it's all good. And how about you? What's going on for you? Tell me everything.
Oh yeah, good. Lots of things all at once, which is exciting and terrifying. The house is going to go through. We're in like contract signing stage agreement stuff, so probably about a month, 4 to 6 weeks, which is good. But yeah, I've been trying to do that for years, and so that's exciting.
Yeah.
But terrifying. So that's good. And then I've been seeing Dominique. She's amazing. She's very intuitive. She's got me sussed out, which is new and has not happened before. So that's interesting. But yeah, I think, yeah, lots going on.
Relationship's going well.
Yeah, she's really kind.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and she's really sweet. She's like, you're a very strong person, but she's like, I feel like I have to tread quite gently though with you. And I was like, okay, yes, interesting.
Well, she's being honest then. She's not frightened to speak how she's feeling, but in a gentle way. That's really lovely.
Mm, yeah, she's very very interesting. She lives in synchronicity too, so she is very aware of things.
Brilliant.
She sees patterns and things. And when I've told her about, well, she's met me, she doesn't find me too strange. So she's like, I don't find it
Oh,
strange at all. Yeah, so yeah, very
so
nice.
that's positive. So that's two really positive things.
They're two really positive things, yes.
Fantastic. So so the relationship is good relationship. So where are the issues then? Where are the big shoes?
The things I just keep getting freaked out. It's so with the house, I was buying out with my ex-fiance Natasha, and then that was trust issues following her, probably. I think it's safe to say. So I think, yeah, and when you start a relationship with someone too, you talk about like your exes, you talk about things. It's just the inevitable, isn't it? And then it kind of, yeah, you just, yeah, it's it just that's it really. But I'm happy to just see what comes up today, because I reckon it probably just my ego trying to
Okay.
sabotage things.
You come because you've got all this good stuff coming on, and you're struggling to really enjoy it because there's all this fear and this and trust issues that are going on. Fear the relationship isn't what it seems, maybe. Fear that the house, you don't deserve it. Anyway, we'll have a look inside and see what's going on, because it's interesting. You're not somebody that I would consider that plays in the fear realm. Anyway, okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, so something is locked here and here.
Yeah.
It's like you've locked it down.
Right.
Yeah, it's all just, I can feel now when I'm going in is there's and what it does is it kind of holds you in. Everything tightens in, so everything stops working properly because everything just gets too connected into the shadow energy, to the fear. So so what's happened is something has arisen that has locked you in, and then once you locked in, then it disconnects you from other aspects, and then you start getting fear because you can't see the truth in things because you've been locked down. So I need to see what has locked you in. Okay. So it's yourself, and it's in your inner child. The inner child has some corruption. And this is coming in from ancestry. Yeah. Is there anything else that's coming in from? No. So this is an ancestor issue that's blocking the inner child. Okay. I can start to feel that now coming as I'm saying that, the fear and the panic. Okay. Let's track them down. Sending in some light, please, just to calm her down. She's gone into panic. Okay, ancestral guardian for Faye online, please. Okay, so males. Is it from her dad's side of the family, from mum's side of the family? So this is on your mum's side. This is men from your mum's side. Okay. And do they like her? Do they want to own her? Do they feel that she's going away from them and they're trying to claw her back? So mum's side is fine. So grandfather, great-grandfather, great-grandfather. So it's not your grandfather, it's your great-grandfather, your mother's grandfather.
Victor Winston Albert Pinkerton Tullen.
Good God, you know who he is. Okay.
He came up when I was doing divine healing. I was doing bells, but he appeared.
Oh,
Very
interesting.
strange. Like a few, maybe
Okay.
yeah.
So it's him that we need to clear today.
Interesting.
And has he got attachments? Yeah, because he's got entities.
For me,
Does he think that Faye is going to be able to save him? And by connecting into her, does it stop what he's got going on in him, hurting him so much? So he's piggybacking, isn't he, to give him some kind of relief from his own karmic energy. Okay, and his Faye's equipped to clear this for him, isn't she? That's what he's poking in. That's what he's creating. Okay, let's do this. So what he's been doing is draining your resources in this part of your inner child, and slowly it's just crushing her. So she hasn't got enough power in herself to be able to feel okay, and so now she's become a bit dependent on him. So you've got this strange sort of codependent relationship with, and this isn't necessarily your human child. This is your spiritual child, if that makes some sense. So he's connected into your kind of innocent child spirit, because I can't find a particular age group. It's like he's grabbed hold of your innocence on some level, and basically crushing you. So in response to this, you've come in your grown-up state, and you are absolutely steaming angry, and it feels like you've been trying to manage this on some level, but perhaps you felt like you'd done it and you'd stepped away, and then since you've stepped away, it's just come in even more. So we need to do this once and for all today, because there's been trickery around this, and it's been half done and half not done. Oh yeah, don't you even start with the pain.
It's very, very hot.
Good.
Throat, stomach, face, like vomity, hot.
Yeah, you're doing really well. At the moment, you're doing this, Faye. You are clever enough for this. You just need me to facilitate. and it's you, and there's something, you're changing something in the left hand side of your brain at the moment. There's something going on. There's a lot of pain here, and it goes in a diagonal across, and you're removing something here, which is then going to come out of here. So at the moment, that's what you're taking something quite filthy down. That's why you're feeling not very comfortable. Yeah, okay, she's done it. Well done. That's great. In here now. That's better. You're coming down now into the heart. And you found this little part of you. And it feels like she was never really allowed to be born properly. Because I'm seeing it still in the kind of the womb state. This is sort of part of your spirit that's caught in your heart, that's sort of sitting there, and it's being protected, but it needs to. We need to grow. It needs to birth. We're going to birth it, because now the influence has gone from the grandfather. We can get this through now, and I really do feel sick now. It's also not helping with your identity. There would be a sense of a part of you missing, so you can't quite sort of grab hold of yourself, if you know what I mean. It's like it's a bit kind of like you're a bit all over the place. I'm a bit over here and I'm a bit over here, and not then being able to really express who you are properly. It's like it gets stuck. It's like you kind of know, but you can't quite get it out. It's like it won't follow its pattern. So this will hopefully open up a lot more communication for you on all levels, but especially through your inner self, being able to communicate your own sense of who you are. Okay. Just checking that. So you've got guidance in here now as well, and they're all just peering. It reminds me a little bit of Sleeping Beauty, you know, and battling around and making sure anyway, she's fine. They're just checking in. She's giggling. She's okay. She's not been damaged at all. So there's a little bit of casing around her that they need to clear first. So they're just going to just making sure that everything is in the right place. There's something else, isn't there? There's something else I need to find. I can feel something coming in. It's like it's watching you. There's another entity here. And is this ancestors now? This is her past life stuff, isn't it? So there's a reluctance from you for this, because there's still this entity watching you. Okay, let's see what this is. Is this a past life on this planet? Oh, no, I didn't think so. Okay, not from the planet. So I'm feeling this massive force that's coming in from a dimensional place. Is this friendly? And is it friendly to Fei? No. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. So it is friendly, but it's not friendly to her. Has she pissed it off in a previous life? Did she steal something? Because that's what it feels like. She took something and they want it back. Okay. So can we find it? Oh, let's find it. Or you know what it is straight away. It's like a piece of wisdom in the form of some sort of technology, and I can feel you got it. And why did she steal it? Did she steal it because she thought it would help her? No. Did she steal it because she thought it would help somebody else? And this person that she stole it for, did they betray her? Okay. And so does she still have this thing? Oh God, right, okay. But because she stole it, she's responsible for it. And we have to find, and we've got to track down, haven't we? And we've got to find this thing to give it back. Okay. Is this with? Is she know the person, and is the person incarnated now on the planet? No. No, it makes it easier for me actually. Okay. Let's track this down then. And the back, your back of your behind you is really sore. It's like the whole of your back of your heart and the back chakras are just griping because this is all in the spirit realm. So it's kind of, that's where I'm feeling all the pain, the heaviness. So I'm just tracking it. I've got my own forces and they're just flying around the universe, just tracking this down. I feel very dizzy, very ungrounded at this point. Oh, that's interesting. So this piece of wisdom has been abandoned. So whoever it was, whatever that was, whatever that mess was, they obviously realized that they couldn't use it because it was locked into whatever, and they've just abandoned it. So they've tracked it down and they're bringing it home. And we're just going to hand it back to whoever these beings are that want this. They're very grateful. They're very happy. So they're not malevolent. They're just pissed off that you took something that was theirs and now they're leaving your system, and that's starting to feel better now. Okay, so we've done that. Is there anything else to do to birth this spirit child? No. Okay, we can do it. So what we have here is a celebration now, because it's like this didn't happen. So I have a feeling that it's not just this stuff that's happening. I think it's something to do with your parents as well. I feel that there wasn't the celebration when you were born that there should have been. There wasn't there was something missing, I think, maybe in your family, or was there anything around going on when you were born? Do you know what your surrounding of your birth was?
I remember my parents, you know, they were very poor. My dad was 26, my mum was 24. My mum was gay but didn't tell anyone.
Right.
But I think I was probably a bit of a relief because it's like keeping up appearances almost. But
Okay. Yeah. Okay. They had a baby to try and hold them together, to try and prove they were normal,
yes.
to try and, so you weren't necessarily a joy for this beautiful relationship of completing the two to make three kind of thing. It was much more of a practical thing, a kind of a band-aid almost. You're a plaster on a situation, as you say, light relief to what was going on at the time.
I mean, they were married in name only. They'd made an agreement with each other. My mum married my dad because she said he was nice and paid for a taxi home when she worked like a late shift, and that's not really love, is it? I mean, each to their own. Set the bar low, Mum. Well done. But yeah, he's very ungrounded. He's got a karmic 10-1, but everything else is 8s for him. So
right.
He's always worked away, no fixed address, totally numb to vulnerability, his emotions.
This is your father?
Yeah.
Okay.
I barely speak to, I don't really see him, but anytime I do huge amounts of healing work, he will text out of the blue.
Yeah, because he's feeling it at some level, hasn't he? Yeah, because you're
help him.
Yeah. Okay. So that's great. That's good. So what we've got here is a celebration. There is this joy of you coming here onto the planet. The planet is welcoming you. The elemental kingdom are welcoming you. It's like the spirit beings are welcoming you in, and there is this celebration that comes with it, and this joy. And when we don't have this celebration and joy, it's very hard for us to bring joy in, to embody joy, because it's not it's not been gifted to us, if you see what I mean. And so what's happening at the moment is they're sending this part of you into a little ceremony. So I've got all these different, this whole, you're in a circle. It's all in nature. It looks like some kind of Beltane festival, and it's like everybody has come to bring you gifts, to bring the joy and to bless the baby. And so that's kind of what's going on at the moment. There's all these, and there's different things coming in and different aspects of your of your kind of higher spirit being. So I've just seen this really amazing looking druid just came through, and just lots of different different forms that make you up what you're connected into. So this is forming, and as it's forming, I can feel the strength in your heart coming, like it hadn't had before. It was always felt a bit wanting, a bit kind of struggling. It feels like now we've got this sort of heart building. So it's all building in your heart chakra. Okay, so now everything's been blessed. What they do is they cocoon you. So your baby, you're now being wrapped in this beautiful green blanket. It's the most magical green blanket that they're wrapping around. It's very, very, very silky, very light, very lovely. And now we've got to get you down from the heart, and we've got to birth you out of your root into the earth. So,
Oh, it's going to be a big day.
but there's something in your solar plexus that's they're telling me that isn't letting it through. So I'm just going to see what that interference is now in the solar plexus here. Okay, so an archetype. This is identity stuff, and this is the part of you that doesn't believe in the magic. So there's a part of you in here that doesn't quite believe that you can be well, or that it's going to be okay, or that everything is going to be fine, or that there's anything else that's supporting you. So it's a very egoic part of your identity that is only being able, can only see the kind of 3D world in its gloom. And mum and dad are connected into this, but so it's not ancestral so much as just the learned behavior that came in. It's a very practical thing. So this little girl is when I go into seeing her, because it is a child again, and it's like she's out of shape. She's not, her human form has been twisted, so she can't stand in her own own sovereignty, in her own power. She's kind of beholden to this twisted energy, and she's trying to maintain it so she believes she's right, so she doesn't feel that she's wrong. And so we're gonna change all of that. Bless your heart. So what they're doing, I never know what they're going to do, but what they're doing is they're showing her. So they've pulled her back a little bit, and they've got mum and dad, and then any subsequent kind of sibling, cousiny, aunts, uncles, that kind of any sort of extended family energy there. And what you're seeing is all of these people that are kind of twisted out of shape. And now you're being taken, stepping away from them. You start to realize that you too are out of shape, and there's this sort of realization now of oh okay, that I wasn't, that's not, yeah, I get it, you're getting it anyway. You're very fast. I know you're never trouble. You're a very good person to work with. And in you come again. You're very self-supporting, Faye. You keep coming in. It's like you are on your side. You are really on your side here, and this is really important because so many people aren't. This is so rare for me that you keep coming in to support yourself, because there's this higher part of you that really gets this and is really on your side and really determined that you're going to support yourself through this. It's a self-sufficiency, but restricted one. It's not like you're trying to do it all yourself. It doesn't feel like that. It feels that you bring the spirit with you, kind of thing. But you need to know this because it's a really important ally. You're an ally for yourself, and so you really do need to trust yourself more and more. And that's probably why this is coming today, because you want to get rid of all the stuff that's getting in the way of this ally energy of being on your side. Okay. Bless you. So what that part of you was so connected into the family that she wasn't on your side. So what you did is you basically drew her back and back and back and back and back, and then you just brought her in. You brought her home, and you just brought her straight into your body, into your heart. And now we can clear up this kind of abortion of a mess. And there is this real drive, because I can feel you now in you saying, but I want to help them. And what you're saying is we can't help them. So this was a part of you that was trying to hang on, thinking that she can help her family, thinking she can change them, she can make them better. And quite rightly so, you have such power, healing power. Why couldn't you? But actually you can't. And you know that you can't. And there's nothing in this situation that you can do anything about. It just has to go. So I'm going to violet flame it. And in fact, it's not the violet flame, it's a pink magenta flame that's coming that she wanted. She didn't want the violet, she wants a pink flame. So, okay. So this part of you, despite the dysfunction, is holding on to love. There's a love, this little part of you wants to be able to, you're desperate for your parents to love her. And so hanging in there, really got to go now. We're just burning it because she can't sustain it. It's hurting her all the time. Every day she feels pain from this. You've got to let it go, my angel. You can't hold on to them. They're not well. It's not your path to help them. By putting them into the light, that is helping them, sending them back to their own guidance. You can't carry them anymore, my lovely. They're all twisted and broken, and they're just creating havoc in you. I'm going to give them all an angel. Each one gets an angel. Yeah, I'm going to surround them with that angelic light, put them in an angel bubble, and then we're going to let them go. And that angel is going to be the one that now supports them, and you can let go of that responsibility, okay? Is that a deal? Do we have a deal? Yeah, okay, lovely. Have you, I never remember anything, so I always ask the same questions. Have you got a brother?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so it feels like this part of your littledom is actually very fond of your brother, and has sent your brother not only in a bubble of light, but has sent it with a dog.
Okay.
Apparently he had to have a dog with him as well, because he needs the company, because he gets lonely.
Yeah.
So that's she knows that. So that's enough now for them all to leave. Thank God for that. And then behind that is the most curious of things. I feel like I've been taken out back into Jane Austen world. I'm suddenly in this sort of period drama. It's sort of come out from this part of your heart. And I can see you sort of standing outside on this sort of patio area, looking out into nature in a very kind of archetypal sort of Pride and Prejudice way. And all these very clothes that you're all kind of frills and things, you're all in. Okay, so what is this? This is a past life? Past life where she was there was wealth, there was social standing, but was she happy? She wasn't happy. She was missing a lot from her world, and she couldn't feel her spirit. Her spirit was not available in this life. Is this another life where she didn't have their spirit come through? Okay, so another life where she had parents that didn't necessarily give her what she needed, totally neglectful father, and a little bit of a bonkers mother by the sound of it in this life, a little bit unhinged, or maybe just repressed, and that's where they went. Okay, so we're just going to lift this life out of you as well. That's important to go. It feels a stuck life, a real kind of hopelessness. So that's where it needs to go. It's coming up through your throat, actually. It's and then through your creative expression, and then through your eyes, and then out. Okay, marvelous. Okay, can we birth this baby, please? Okay, let's do it. So it's the symbolism that I'm being shown here is a bit of pictures here, and it's like you're being sent down a kind of like a river. So a little bit sort of Moses like, but it's like this river is kind of the light path that that sends you through, and it's like you have to be able to float on your own. You've got to be able to sustain it. No one can touch you at this bit. You have to sort of take the journey down this river, and there are little bits where it gets a bit rapid, and these are sort of little tests and stuff, but it's like I'm watching you going down and down and down, and actually you're very happy, you're very content. There's a sense of enjoying the motion, enjoying there's a little element of danger in this baby that it quite enjoys. There's a little element of pushing its luck, trying something a little bit more that maybe somebody wouldn't. There's a real adventure in here, and I love that, and a real confidence in trying something new. That's who you are, isn't it? That's who you really are.
Oh yeah.
But but there's some of that just being held back by this process. So let's get you all the way down. And it's like the celebration all the way through. The sacral now. And then Mother Earth comes and she puts her hands up into your vagina and she holds you in the womb, holds the womb. And as the baby comes down into the sacral and then enters into the womb, into your womb, together with Mother Earth, and the light that then comes in, it's like a silver light surrounding her. And then this silver light then comes and then you come down, she pulls you and she takes you into her arms. There we go. And I can really feel this in the earth now. It's like you've gone, I can now be in the earth in a much better way. Not in a physical way. It's not a physical grounding. It's a spiritual grounding. Okay, so grounding comes emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical. So we can have some very grounded people mentally, and then you put your hands on your body and go, fucking hell, there's nothing there. Because they're mentally grounded, but they're not got no physical grounding. So you didn't have the spiritual grounding that you needed, but this is what today's about. It's about you birthing your spiritual grounding. You've arrived. Okay. And there's more celebration, loads of different wonderful mythical power animals and stuff running around everywhere, because you really are of the earth. I mean, it's where you belong. It's where you're a cosmic being, but you've got a connection to the earth as a cosmic planet. There's a real kinship that you have with her, and you've been, so many times that you've connected into earth energies and into that kingdom in different realms, in different bodies, in different forms, and you're very familiar. The earth and you are very connected. So everything is felt by you, every moon, every tide, it's all there for you to be able to work with and not against. But it feels like for quite a chunk of your life, it felt like everything was against you a bit, but you were being thrown around by the planets, thrown around by the moon, sort of because you didn't realize that you needed to stop, ground, and be part of it all. But I'm hoping that this today will really bring that sensitivity forward. You'll be able to start working much closer with them all and really feel what they're bringing you, the support they're bringing you, rather than just feeling like you're this poor rag doll being battered around a lot. Okay, so we're focusing on trust and the fear of the physical world. So let's see what comes in this. Okay, so the birth of the baby spirit has now ignited something in your heart. So having now it being down there has brought forward a central light in your heart. I want you to focus on this light. It's very soft, very gentle, but very powerful. It's very neutral. There's no direction here. There's no real information or anything. It is just a really powerful light that's now in your heart. And this light connects down below your feet in the earth, connecting your heart to the heart of the spirit of the Divine Mother. I really want, can you feel this for me if you can? So feel this light that you have, a very beautiful neutral light. And then feel how it pulls you down to below your feet to connect to the light below your feet. And as you're doing that, it's showing me some of the attachments that you now got in the back of your neck and the top of your shoulders. So you just maintain that lovely connection. And there's a lovely pulsing energy that then comes from it through this connection. It might be different for you. You create your own. But there's just a bit of direction there. But you really feel that there is a relationship and a kind of an alignment coming with the heart of the earth, your heartbeat, and that lovely connection that's building more and more. And I'm going to work with some of this interference now. Okay, so some of this interference is coming from previous relationships. And there's a mixture of it. It's some of it is you and some of it's them. Am I right in that? Yeah. So now as you sit with this lovely connection with you and Divine Mother Earth, there's nothing else is really very important, actually. It is only that relationship, because you know that the truth and will come from this. So anything else that isn't kind of held within that, so therefore isn't current, needs to go. So you need to send some forgiveness to all your past relationships. I know that sounds a little bit
Oh, you're funny. No, I'm joking.
don't just mean love relationships either, but it's like you're holding some of the disgruntled. It's time. It's like there's nothing in them that's useful for you anymore. There's nothing in this. It's just hurting you, and it's keeping you kind of locked in, stopping you from being able to flow properly. Because I need to get this next light in. So what we have here is this sort of interference where they're holding on to you a bit and you're holding on to them. So if you can just send the light through and say, I'm ready to let go of this now. I'm not open to be attached to anything. I forgive you all, on your way now. I don't need you in my life. Just really choose to let it go. Forgiveness is the most powerful tool, but actually just let it go.
Yeah.
It's entirely up to you how you want to work it. But I can tell you it's caught. There's all the way across your tops of your shoulders. There's loads of stuff coming out here, the back of your neck, some of it out the front. It's all that area where we carry all that old bollocks. So, might be useful, and do use Michael if you feel that he's on your side, because he'll come in. Now you've come in, but you can't do this. It's like, I can't do this, she's saying, this higher self part of you. It's got to be you that needs to, it's got to be that kind of that sensitive you that lets this go. So see what you can do, sending in the blue light, being determined that you don't need this anymore. Really, we need a clean sheet here if you can. I'll help too. And if people come to mind, Faye,
Yeah.
thank them, I love you, you're all Buddha, and send them on their way. So if anyone pops in, you put them in a little bubble, you thank them, you forgive them, and you send them on their way, because I've suddenly started getting specifics through now, so you might as well. So, we'll give a few minutes to do this, so just take your time and see what comes up. And do ask for help if you need it. So one of the things that's coming in very strongly, which I'm trying to help you with, it doesn't seem to be shifting, is the anger at being misunderstood.
Mm.
There's a real, and it feels like it goes as deep as God
Mm.
on some level. So I'm going right that far. So there's a feeling of the different layers. I was just going through them, of all these people through your life that didn't get you, that didn't try and get you maybe, or just assumed, or is this anger at being misunderstood. And then as I'm going through and deeper into it, there's this sort of sense that not even God understands me. So not it misunderstands me, but what this is this is the power of sovereignty coming through, because it doesn't really matter about anybody else understanding who you are. It doesn't matter even if God doesn't understand who you are, because it's an ego archetypal thing. It's about you understanding who you are. So I think that there is still a little bit of a misunderstanding that you have. Maybe you're not fully seeing yourself in all your beautiful glory of magnificence, that you're still offering yourself some misunderstanding. So there's still parts of your life where you're not offering that hand of kindness and generosity. You're still expecting too much from yourself, or driving yourself too hard, or being cross that you didn't come through, or achieving this, that, or whatever it might be. You're still not giving yourself the understanding. So how then can you expect anyone else to get you? So that's the strength that needs to come through now. So that's what I want you to center now into the last bit, because a lot of it's gone, but there's a few bits there. And this is now making me feel a bit sick. So we know we're getting somewhere. So it's about recognizing now that you don't need to be understood by anybody but yourself. And that's what you're going to put into those shoulders, into that neck. Particularly men. I think particularly, maybe your daddy wounded you a lot by not getting you, because there is a real focus towards the masculine. Masculine doesn't understand me. It's not that the feminine understands you, but it's like you're not so bothered about the feminine for some reason. Not so worried about that the feminine doesn't get me, but there's something about here that the masculine doesn't understand me. Is this your dad? Did your dad just not get you? Do you remember?
I remember. You know what came to mind then? I just remember a comment he made, and it was when I was little. He's like, "You're so angry."
Okay, so it's the
A lot came up actually when you were saying that. Firstly, about the God thing, really quickly, I should probably mention this to you. When I was 16, I took myself off for counselling. My mum said, no, don't tell anyone about it, keep it dark, because I was trying to explain that I needed to talk it, what was going on, and she couldn't understand. She just couldn't.
didn't get it, yeah.
She wouldn't as well. She
Refused. Yeah.
She was terrified of any real self-reflection. Well, yeah, she had a big secret. But when I explained it to her, what was going on in my head, I felt like it was almost like premonitions, I think I was having, but it was also more like I thought if I could take them further and further and really understand something as far as I can push that, then I would meet whatever God was and get that understanding. I was only a kid, so, but that was what was going on in my head. And she was just like, what the hell?
So it's the 16-year-old that's got a lot of this in then, isn't it? There's her and remembering that the fact that when you were much littler, she's protecting the smaller child that's misunderstood. So that's where the healing is today, I think, is to go to that 16-year-old and give her some space to open up and see what it is that she now needs. What does she need today? What is she holding on to that can go? And I'll come in with you and support you. So we're still here. We've still got a few little things. And interesting, these ones have gone, and these ones, I'm further down. It's like she's connecting into the back of the heart a little bit more. So it is about sort of self-actualization and self-love. So this beautiful 16-year-old self, and there she is. She knows that she's got to explore. She knows she's got to go out there and She's got to be independent because nobody's supporting her. She's already having to do it on herself. But not only is she up against her own development, but she's up against those around her who are just holding her back, that aren't allowing her, that are so misunderstanding that they're not even allowing her to take her journey properly. So she's feeling stifled and she's feeling cross, she's feeling misunderstood and unsupported. But at the same time, she's trying to protect the little ones that are feeling very under attack for their own just being who they are. So there's a lot going on in here. So where do you think it's in your body, this? Where instinctively would you go? I know that I can feel the attachments in up here, but is there anywhere else in your body that you're feeling this, Faye?
Jaw.
Jaw. Okay, so it is the communication, isn't it? It's all here. Yeah, it really is. So let's go into let's hold the space then for that area, sort of, because she'll be there. So let's find where she is. Yeah. Okay, so now what I'm feeling is it feels like part of her, she goes into this mode where I'm not going to say anything then.
Yeah.
And kind of, fuck you, I'm going to shut the fuck up. But you're such a massive communicator that you can't do it for long. So what happens is you shut it down over here, but then it sort of comes out over here. So somewhere, someone's hearing all about it, but just not the right people. Because because you're going, fuck you, I'm going to fucking know. So there's a whole kind of miscommunication, and this is a danger of this coming into relationships, isn't there? Because there is this, if you'll offer it, and if it's not perfect, or if their reply is not perfect, if they don't give you what you need, you're very easily go into that. You don't understand me, I'm trying so hard. So it's gone into the ego there's a self-importance being held within this. We approach it with a kind of within that energy of mercy, forgiveness. She didn't know what she was doing. We need to stop this now. She needs to understand that she doesn't have to carry on in this way. She will be heard if she will allow herself to be heard, but she needs to let go of that old fuck you in order to let it happen. So let's work with that then. We're going to go in there now and be with her. So feel her holding on tight, holding on to that disgruntled energy, how upset she is. No one's helping her. She's trying to help herself. And she's set that intention now for the rest of your life, that is the case, that there is nobody that supports her. Everybody misunderstands me. Nobody gets me, to the point where you're not even letting yourself see yourself. And I think we need to bring her into your heart garden, because I think this is an important part of you. I think this 16-year-old needs to find some relief in your heart, and she needs to be able to be free to create, to discuss, to open, to explore, wherever she wants to go. And they're showing me the stars, they're showing me the earth, it's everywhere. She needs to be able to expand and look where she needs to seek and understand what she needs to understand. But she can't do it from where she is, because she's caught in this old program. So if you can go to her and persuade her, gently encourage her to let go of where she is, and encourage her to come into the heart and give her what she needs in there. I'm going to leave you to do that. Let me know when she's in.
She's in.
Lovely. So let her enjoy the space and feel safe there, because what came out of because I could feel things changing, because you've got something in your lungs. So there's something in the lung area that was also holding this energy. It's like I've got a tickle there, a little interference. So I'm going to see what that is. And it's an attachment. It's a little attachment to her pain. So it's what would have kept generating it. So it's feeding off her, and then it's so it's just a little elemental thing. It's just going to get it out. It's here. It's really stinky. That's it, taking it away. It's literally like I'm pulling shit out of you. It stinks that much. This is so yucky. It's all the bullshit. Your parents really struggle with the truth.
Yes.
Both of them, they really did. And so that what I'm smelling is literally bullshit. It's the shit that they gave you, that they offered you as reasons or excuses or whatever. It's so much of it that it's created this a proper stench. So all of that is now leaving here. It's all a bit sore, but it's coming out. And as this lifts off you, this is going to start to bring a more confidence in, because as this is going out, light is coming in, which is bringing a relief, because so much of of your fears and your lack of trust is coming from all of this, from them. It's not really you. It's all this other stuff that's just poking you and the fears of what were placed in you. So I know we haven't directly gone to anywhere, but everything is contributing to it. You kind of get that though, don't you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's lovely. It's lifted off. Okay, so the last bit, throat, and just last pokey bit of the back of the right hand shoulder, something in that. What I have now is what's showing up is the potential that's now being placed back into your 16-year-old self. The potential to be whatever she wants to be, because she was struggling to be able to be that shapeshifter. And what I saw then is I saw the most beautiful kind of woman in a ball gown change into some sort of cowboy.
Oh,
exactly. I mean, so different, but what it's showing me is that you need to be able to be all these things. You've got so much a vast array of different potentials in you that you don't have to be one thing. You span masculine and feminine energy like it's one thing, beautifully. So you're kind of the new generation, I suppose, of masculine and feminine energy, where it wants to be together as one. It doesn't want to be separate. It wants to come together and actually be something new, something more evolved, something less judgmental and less fixed. And that's emerging within you. But it's very pioneer, this. It's very new to the planet. It's not well, it's for this era. I think we've gone around a big circle, to be honest. I think we've already been here anyway, and that's another
yeah. So I reckon so too.
For now, this is and so therefore it's a slow burn, because there's this when there's a lot going on, a lot of the same energy, the frequencies are really fast and everything moves very fast. But when you've only got little splatterings of new energy on the planet, it's not got the momentum, and also it's hard to find others like you that can relate to you, that get you. Again, back to being misunderstood. But you have got a lot of pioneer energy in you, and so therefore there is the potential of being misunderstood, because a lot of it is new. So you've got it's an interesting thing here. Of course, you were bound to come in with misunderstanding or have misunderstanding, because you had this new energy that needed to be understood.
It's so, honestly, this conversation came up yesterday again. We were chatting about school, and I literally wore a badge that says "Nobody knows I'm bisexual" in 1997 or something. And all my friends did, and we would all swap and change, like men, women, it didn't matter.
Mm.
And the teachers were very confused. They were like, we don't get it. We've never met people like this, and this is in Hartlepool,
Yeah.
you
So
know.
you were a whole little hub then, weren't you, that came together, a whole little class. That's magical.
Yeah, and they were like, we've never seen it before, and they're like, you're all very close. And I do have that with my friends. It's all very
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I choose them well, and
And you're not coming from the old vibration was of reproduction. So there was not obviously that's for the in the survival, isn't it? The primal energy of this reproduction, but we don't have that anymore. We're not in that same energy, that old energy of just got to survive of the humans, got to survive the humans. We've evolved out of, or evolving out of it, which means that that new energies, new ways of being on the planet are coming forward, and people are fighting it, unfortunately, because they don't realise the gift that's within it, because it's not normal the old way. But it feels like you guys have got a better handle on it. You're kind of embodying it, embracing it. It's okay. It's not about male or female. It's about love and attraction. No matter how you're drawn, it's not about how you're drawn, but it's what's in here, isn't it? You're falling in love with the person, not with the archetype, not with the masculine or female archetype. So, this is, as I said, this is new. So just gently let it unfold. Just embody it as best you can, but don't expect everybody to understand, because it is a very new concept. And the ego is too fixed to be able to understand it. Okay, is there anything else we need to do for this 16-year-old? No, she's cool, actually. She is a bit bossy.
yeah, she's angry.
She's angry, but she's also this part of her that is demand. She's at the moment, she's kind of demanding what she needs, and I think that's okay for a minute. It might be that you find that you get a bit of a regression going on for a little while. It might be that you sort of suddenly want to do something that your teenage or 16-year-old didn't get a chance to do or wants to do again, or just watch her and just let her be. Obviously, don't let her take over your whole world and become a brat or anything, but it might be that now this is a process that you need to sort of go through with her, and it's also, it's about being seen as well, is what they're telling me. Not only just the misunderstanding leads us to feel like we're invisible. And so it is something about stepping into the power of being seen, that is coming for you. So there's a lot more to come. I mean, you're not an unconfident person, but I do still feel that there is stuff that's holding you back from your full confidence, which is what you're addressing here. But mostly, I think I'd like to just to finish up with your relationship with the earth. I think there's something very beautiful, and I think the more you strengthen your friendship with Mother Earth, the more you'll be guided to know where it is that you're needed and where you need to go. It's like I feel your feet in the ground on this most amazing carpet, the most incredibly detailed carpet right under the ground. It's like your feet are in the ground and you're walking on this sort of magic carpet. And it's this carpet that kind of then sends you over there and sends you over there. So there's a lot of magic involved and a lot of ability to be able to manifest, because as you get taken to places, they want you to manifest this stuff in. So, but I think you know this anyway. I'm just giving you stuff that you
No, it's good to hear.
Excellent. Okay, so is there anything you'd like to ask me?
No, lots to process. Nothing right now.
Okay, so the new home is going to go smoothly. It's just going in the direction it's supposed to. You don't have any fear, because actually there's a stability in it that's going to really work for you, because what it is you then own your own piece of Mother Earth, and you then can do what you want with it. You can make it as sacred as you want. Nobody can tell you what to do on this land. You can create anyhow you want to. There's power in this, which is really important. So you're being gifted. The timing is perfect because you're ready for this. As your relationships, well, it's just you getting your own fears out the way and just remembering that you're worthy of love. That's all it is, really. I think, and just keep reminding yourself, if you don't feel that worthiness, if you feel frightened, I am worthy of love. Maybe a little bit of something every day just to connect you into all of your kind of center and your groundedness and your power, and just keep reminding yourself that you aren't alone with this and all of that. And I know it sounds, obvious, but there's just something about that at the moment for you, just giving you that extra feeling of support.
Mm, thank you. It's so funny what you said about the house as well. You could do what you want with it, and it's because I was talking to Val because she's trying to work out if she wants to move me in, because it is hard work for me. And she said, oh, make sure you look at the deeds, make sure, because you might not be able to put the decking out and create an outdoor living room. And I was I've got vision. I've got a lot of vision. And she was like, just look at the deeds. And a part of me was like, oh, shut up, I'm just going to do it anyway.
Yes. No, you need to look at the deeds. You need to make sure. Yeah, I'm not allowed to sell alcohol from my house.
Right.
Because my house was built for the brewery. There were brewery houses, so everybody who lived in the houses in my row, they all had potential of stealing alcohol and bringing it home and selling it. There are little things, clauses on leases, and it is worth having a look, actually.
Yeah.
Because it might be that if you're in a process at the moment, it might be that you see it and go, can we break that now? Can we have that, can that be changed?
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay.
Or get solid in, so have a little shifty without fear. Try not to be frightened. It's big girl pants stuff, this, isn't it? And I think we all get a bit scared of stepping into that responsibility, but actually you already take on board responsibility so well. This should not be difficult for you, because you are good at managing whatever you have to. And I believe that you're going to be. This is going to be a really lovely thing for you to feel secure, actually. So yeah, go with your bad self, your good self. I'm here if you need me anytime you want.
Fabulous. Oh, thank you so much, and I'll see you on the 12th.
Yeah, lovely. That's really exciting. I'll see you on the 12th.
Lovely. Thanks so much, Anna. I hope you don't feel sick. Thank you.
No, I feel fine at the moment. It's when I leave this computer that they'll bring it all back. They have this wonderful way of taking it away. Do you ever find that if you're not well and you have to work, they take everything away, you feel fabulous? I've even had on platform when they took away the whole cold. I get off platform and it's
horrible, isn't it? It just comes
fascinating stuff. Anyway, much love.
Thank you so much. And you. Take care. Bye.